What's up everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with a review on the new Huda Beauty palette. This one is the Desert Dusk palette and I'm so excited to get this palette. Like from the moment I saw this palette, I knew I absolutely had to buy it. It was so pretty. It was very stunning in the pictures. I bought her first palette. I pretty much have tried almost everything that she has released thus far. So I was like, I'm definitely getting that palette. I know that I really liked the palette last time. A lot of you guys are very interested in the palette that she released last time. And if you didn't get a chance to check out the videos that I did using that palette, I will have those linked down below. Let's go ahead and get into the review of the palette. So I ordered this from Sephora.com as per usual. Like if I could stay off of the Sephora app, I would have $5 billion. The day that this came out was the day that I gave them my coins. Currently it is an online exclusive. It says that this is supposed to release in store on October 13th. Here's the packaging. Purple. I adore purple. That's one of my absolute favorite colors. On the packaging it says Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, eyeshadow palette. So on the back it says to immerse yourself in the soft warmth of the desert rays, sunset lights washing the sky and dunes with rich hues of changing plums, corals, ochres, O-C-R-E-S. Huda, what's an ochre? Okay, so it's like a little town in the southern region of Italy. It's like a noun. It's a French noun. Okay. 18 mesmerizing shades encapsulated in 4 ready-to-layer textures. 8 buttery mattes blending with your skin for color that does not move. 6 sublime pressed pearl casting a shimmery veil over your eyes. 3 duochrome toppers revealing their magic under the light. And 1 daring glitter for audacious looks celebrating your inner pound desert queen. So it's supposed to like mimic sand. Here's the new palette packaging. This is totally different than what her first palette looked like. I will compare that in 1 second. But this one is not clear. It has her picture here with her eyes, which are very mesmerizing, may I add. And it is a little weightier. So on the inside of here, you do have another insert. The insert is of her eyes. To me, that's kind of like her signature branding because she started out with the lash boxes with her eyes on them. So she's kind of kept with that theme. And then in this palette there is a nice size mirror, and then we are presented with our eyeshadows. So the eyeshadows have a good mix of warm tones, purples, and gold colors. Now I think that this palette is really pretty. The way that it is organized, it is visually stunning. All of the colors that I used today on my eyes, they blended out beautifully. I used the glitter because I know that that's probably one of the more challenging aspects of this palette. It is just straight up glitter, so I wanted to go ahead and tackle that. So I did the look with that so you guys can kind of know how to use it. So the net weight of this palette is 25.2 grams of product, or 0.89 ounces of products, and I can do the math and break that down for you guys who are interested. I know some people are like, girl, if you don't go on with that math and makeup, but I know some people are interested. So if it's 25.2 grams of eyeshadow and there's 18 shades, that means that there's 1.4 grams of product in each pan. And if we're looking at it in ounces, we're gonna have 0.049 ounces of product in each pan. The description on Sephora's website says, adventure on an exotic Arabian journey with the latest eyeshadow palette by Huda Beauty. This richly toned palette features 18 versatile shades that can be layered in infinite ways to create a vast array of looks with just one palette. I can see where this palette is super versatile, so you can do your bold looks. If you need something more subtle for work, church, school, then this would be a good palette as well. And then if you want to get it popping, you have the colors down here. So in this palette, I am able to do a complete look. I didn't have to reach outside of the palette at all. The matte colors in here are warm toned. The only one that's cool toned is this musk color, and to me honestly I think that that color is a little bit out of place. That's the only color in the palette that I don't really see how that really goes with the theme. I guess if you want something that's more cool toned to like give you like that shadow look, I would have personally preferred a more mid-tone brown a la MAC Saddle in this palette. Overall I'm really pleased with the eyeshadow palette. Like I actually really love it, and I can't wait to do more looks with it. So let's go ahead and compare it to a few other palettes that are out right now that you guys may have questions about. So firstly, let's talk about her palette in comparison to her old palette. So this is her old palette. This one is the Rose Gold palette, and both of the palettes are the same price. They're both $65. The old palette came with a sleeve. You can press it out, and her eyes are on the actual packaging. And then when you look at the palette, it's a clear container, and you can see the eyeshadows on the inside without opening it up. And of course, since it has a clear container, obviously it doesn't have a mirror. So a lot of people were very displeased with this. They thought that this looked cheap. Honestly, I do prefer the new packaging better. The new packaging is more weighty. This packaging does feel a lot more flimsy. I do appreciate a clear lid as a makeup artist because I can just look straight in there and see it. But as a consumer, because this is not a makeup artist focused brand, this is a consumer based brand, I am big on packaging. Between the two, there is one repeating shade. So in the last eyeshadow palette, the Rose Gold palette, she had a color called Angelic. And then in the new palette, again, she has the exact same color. Both palettes have similarities to them, but they are very different at the end of the day. They both are focused more so on the warm tone aspect of eyeshadows. So in the original palette, we do have the red shade, we have pinks, and then we have those crushed metal eyeshadows. And then in this palette, I think it's a little bit more refined, and some of the colors that were super bold and like dark in here are a little bit softer here. But overall, I think that these two palettes will look beautiful in conjunction with each other. And I like the newer eyeshadow formula a little bit more. I can tell she tweaked it just a touch. And then we have the Natasha Denona Lila palette, which everybody is all up in arms that these two palettes look the same. So let's go ahead and debunk that now. I just posted a video not that long ago on this palette. I will have that link below so you can check it out. The Lila palette is a purple themed palette, and it has the bold colors and the warm tones. If you swatch each individual shade in comparison to the ones that look like each other, they look like two different eyeshadow shades. Now, if you're a person who doesn't wear eyeshadow that much, you don't feel the need to have palettes that are this similar, even though they're different than each other. If you feel like you don't need two eyeshadow palettes with gold and purple in it, like one is fine. I personally can't choose. I like them both. I feel like they both serve two different purposes. I feel like they both are beautiful formulas. The palette is absolutely gorgeous. Huda did a fantastic job. I'm going to go ahead and jump into swatches of the palette. I'm going to go row by row, and then immediately following the swatches, I'll jump into my tutorial, and then I will walk you through step by step on how I achieved this eye look. And as far as any other details of makeup on my face, I will have those listed down below. And if you care, you can shop through my link and I get a small percentage of that sale. If not, you can just Google whatever I purchased. So enjoy. going to take the color Desert Sand, and I'm going to use that to set, ooh, I got a little bit of fallout. Use this to set my paint pot, and this color is very, very pigmented. So I'm going to go in with the color Blazing. So I'm going to build this color up, and then on the edges of this color, I'm going to diffuse it. But this is going to be my starting transition color. Next, with the same brush, I'm going to take the color Amber. And this one is like more so of a warm tone red brown color, and I'm going to apply this on my crease, and I'm going to focus the majority of the color right here on the outer crease. And then once that has been deposited, so kind of just wiggle it back and forth here to get the majority of it there. And then once that's been done, I'm going to move over with the rest of that just to diffuse it out. But I don't want it to be super dark on the inner corner. A little bit of this color Saffron here, and I'm going to pat that right here on the outer corner on the lid. I'm just going to tap it on here until I get as much color payoff as I need. But these are really pigmented and they're going on very well. And then with the same brush, I'm going to take the color Turkish Delight. I'm going to apply this right next to Saffron. And on my lid, I feel like I absolutely have to put the color Cosmo on there, but I don't have any glitter glue with me right now. So what I'm going to do is use a makeshift method. I'm going to take a little bit of duo glue, and on the back of my hand, I'm going to squeeze out just the smallest amount. And with my finger, I'm going to shear it out and then pat it where I want it to be on my lid. I don't want a lot of this at all because it can start to peel up and then it's not going to lie pretty. But you have to make sure that you put it on there evenly, otherwise your eye look is going to be patchy. And then with my finger, I'm going to go into the color Cosmo, which is like glitter, and I'm going to pat that on my lid. I'm going to do this little by little. If I have to go back with a little bit more, then I'll do that. But I want it to be pretty neat, and I only want it on my lid. So I'm not taking this above the crease. I'm not going to cover up any of this work that I did on the outer corner. I'm just going to place it in this area that's blank, and I also am not going to take it into my inner corner. That's beautiful. I'm going to take the color Angelic with a MAC 219 pencil brush, and I just need to pack this on the inner tear ducts and blend it over. Make sure you blend it with the glitter. So now what I'm going to do is finish off the rest of my face, and I'll be back to finish off the eyes with you guys. I went ahead and added some lashes. These are the House of Lashes Iconic Light Lashes, and oh my gosh, they are so freaking beautiful. Everything that's on my face right now, I will have it listed down below. Take the color Angelic again with the same pencil brush that I used to apply it the first time. I'm just going to rim that around and apply it right on the very inner tear ducts. Same brush, and I'm going to take the color Amber all across the bottom. I'm just going to apply that color, and I'm going to lightly smoke it, and voila, we are done. I think this look is absolutely stunning. I think this palette is to die for. I love this palette. I love all the eyeshadows that I use. I feel like the quality is beautiful. The color selection is beautiful, and I think that Huda did a great job. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Will you be grabbing this palette or not? If you decide to recreate this look, please be sure to tag me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. I have all of that information down below if you want to follow me there. And don't forget to follow me here as well to keep up whenever I post new videos. I try to stay as current as possible. Until next time, smooches. Bye.